Have you ever wondered how to clean a Signature C Jacquard bag from Coach? Today, I'm going to be cleaning one, so come along with me to see how I do it and how you might be able to clean up one that you have in your collection or reselling inventory. If you're new here, my name's Annette. I'm a full-time reseller and I am a handbag designer, and I do a lot of content around fixing and cleaning up leather goods and accessories in order to flip them for a profit. And that is exactly what I'd like to do with this bag today. If you don't know what Signature Jacquard from Coach is, it's that logo fabric that's woven on the body of the bag. They've done all kinds of iterations over the years in different colors. This is a classic black and white, which gives it also that gray mid-tone that you see. And the first thing I'm going to do is stuff out my bag with a towel because we are going to be wetting the fabric and I don't want anything to bleed through. You can see I'm showing you a couple of the products that I'm planning on using. This is baking soda and a vinegar and Dawn solution. I also showed you the OxiClean just now. Any fabric stain remover that you love and trust should really work for this because this is probably a polyester-based fabric. So it cleans just like clothing. Here's a couple of brushes that I'm going to have on hand today. So I'm going to start with one half of this front panel here, and I'm going to hit it with the OxiClean stain remover spray that I have, and then a nice plastic bristle brush that I have just like for laundry. And I am dipping it in some water that I have in a cup. If you can do this near a sink, it's probably a little more convenient. I just couldn't do that for filming purposes. I do have a laundry area where this would probably have been more convenient to do, but it's much better to film over here on my workbench. As you can see, there's not much rocket science to this. I am just basically spot cleaning this like I would a piece of clothing. Then I'm using a damp rag to wipe off soap and then a dry towel to soak up any of the extra water and moisture. And I'm doing this in sections because I don't want the whole bag to be wet at once. And I also just want to see what products are most effective. Here I'm hitting it with some baking soda, and then I'm going to put on top of this the vinegar and Dawn solution. It is diluted with some water. And you're going to see that that's going to do like a little chemical reaction where it's going to bubble. I have heard people say that that does nothing or there's no point to it. Let me tell you, this is one of my best stain cleaning hacks. I've seen other people on the internet talk about this as well. It works. It brightens whites and it deodorizes 100%. You've got the baking soda and the vinegar teaming up here to deodorize and lift dirt and stains from fabric. You can also work this into a paste over really stubborn stains and let it sit for a little while and then come back and work it again and clean it off. That does help with more stubborn stains. We didn't have any of that on this particular bag today, but just letting you know, a little hack for stubborn stains if your bag has one. It works on a variety of stains in my experience, and I've had just really good results with it. If you've seen other videos that I've done on Instagram in particular, this is a combo that I go back to again and again when I'm dealing with fabric. It does brighten colors, it brightens whites, and it 100% makes things smell great if you're dealing with some odor issues in a fabric bag. Now, I know some of you are wondering to yourselves why I'm not dunking this in a bath like you've seen me do with other Coach bags. And the reason is that this bag is made from at least 3 different materials that we can tell, right? We've got the Jacquard going on, we've got the leather trim, and then we've got the lining. And we don't know what the content of these fabrics are. I'm guessing they're polyester based, but what we do know is that they react differently to water, right? Leather, when submerged in water, will expand and then it'll contract as it dries. Fabric will react differently, and I don't want to submerge this bag and dry it and then have the seams puckering or pulling, getting any kind of like weird rippling in there, nothing like that. So that is why we opt to spot clean, which is much safer for the different materials that we've got going on here. In general, that is my rule of thumb. If you've got a bag or accessory item that is made of different materials, you do not want to submerge it in water. You want to go for a spot clean. Here you're seeing me speed up the drying with a hair dryer. As totally optional. This is the next day when it's completely dried, and I wanted to do this before and after so you guys could really see how freaking clean the cleaning solutions got that one panel that we worked on in comparison to the right side, which is still, you can even tell it looks brown now in comparison to the left side that I worked on. So what I'm going to do now that I've seen this has great results is I'm going to repeat this on all the other Jacquard panels of this bag. I'm going to flip it around, do the same thing. If you're thinking to yourself at this point, wow, this is really not that hard to do, you are correct. It is not that hard to do. Anyone can do this, and it completely refreshes and deodorizes your item. The most difficult thing you have to contend with here is time. It just takes a lot of time for this to dry. I had to wait overnight, essentially, even with some hair drying to try to speed up the process. So this rehab really took me across about 3 days worth of time, just because every time I worked on it, while I didn't spend a lot of time working on it, I had to wait for it to dry completely. I also recommend, in hindsight, having like a nice fluffy dry towel to soak everything up once you have done all the scrubbing that you want to do, and then wipe down with a damp microfiber cloth, and then use your dry fluffy towel. That really helped soak up a lot of the water that I was putting on there, trying to scrub some of the darker soiled areas. And I just found that a dry cotton towel, a traditional dry cotton towel, really worked the best in terms of just soaking up all the excess water and soap that I was trying to get off the bag. The Jacquard fabric is extremely durable, and again, it's most likely made from synthetic fibers, so you don't have to worry about it bleeding or losing color or being too rough with it. It can really take a lot of punishment. Coach knew that when they designed this fabric to be a main part of the bag collection that they were designing. A testament to that is the fact that this bag wasn't heavily stained at all. It really just had some heavy soiling in the high traffic areas where this bag would be touched a lot by its recipient or owner. And that's totally normal and expected for any bag, right? Anywhere it gets touched a lot, it's going to soil faster. Now, let's head inside this bag and see what surprises are in store for us. This is pretty gross. I didn't realize it was this bad inside. So let's go ahead and tackle this. And we're going to tackle this almost the same way we did the exterior fabric. First, I am just going to vacuum because I do see some like hair and lint, probably most likely pet hair. So we're going to go ahead and vacuum that all up. If you don't have one of these handy dandy rechargeable hand vacs, I highly recommend. It was a little bit of an investment up front, but I use it so often now for so many things. Cleaning out shoes, cleaning out bags, cleaning my work area sometimes if you just have some like hair or lint or something that you need to get out of the way. It's so convenient. It is linked in my Amazon storefront if you're interested. Next, I'm going to tackle some of the stains that I see on the interior pocket, which looks like makeup, pretty typical stains in these types of bags. I'm going to go ahead and use the OxiClean and let that, scrub that in and just kind of let it sit for a little bit and then go back to it. And again, I want to reiterate that like sometimes when you are spot treating and you don't see something like clean right away, go ahead and just like put some stain cleaner on it and let it sit for a while and then come back to it. And you might find that the stain might lift right off. Some of these cleaners, they just need a little bit of time to kind of dig into the stain and work on it. For this bottom area, you bet I'm using my baking soda and vinegar combo because I don't know what this nasty shit is and we need to deodorize this immediately. Don't be discouraged if your bag has crazy, gross looking stains. A lot of times they're just very normal things like makeup or pencil marks or pen marks or food or like, I don't know, candy or something that somebody left in their bag. They're oftentimes just like very ordinary stains, and people sometimes get put off by that, but they're actually just so much easier to clean than you realize, especially in more modern and contemporary Coach bags where they're using all these polyester fabrics. This is like one area where using polyester actually has some benefits because it's a very easy fabric to clean, and it can also be very durable. And durability is something that we want in our items like handbags. While I repeat this process on the rest of the lining, let's talk about some questions that I get frequently asked when I post this kind of content. People always ask me, like, do I disclose if I do any kind of like repair or cleaning? I always disclose anything that is noticeable. And then in my listings, I do often say things are cleaned and conditioned for a new owner, which I wouldn't say is really a disclosure as much as it is like just stating a benefit of the item, right? Like, I've gone through the trouble of like cleaning it out, getting rid of stains, deodorizing it, and it is ready and clean for a new owner. I think that's a benefit and something that buyers might want to read when they're looking at my listing. If you're wondering where you can get the products that you see me use in the video, I will have a link in the description to my link tree, which has a link to my Amazon storefront. And I've got various lists of items that you can look through there depending on what you're looking for. But all the items that I have here should be linked there for handbag rehabs. But I do want to reiterate that you can use what you have if you have alternatives. You don't have to use exactly what I'm using. And I am trying to use things that are pretty common or easy to obtain in your local area. Here's what the lining is looking like after the first treatment. So good. That white stuff is just baking soda. Don't worry about it. It will come right off. But look how clean this freaking lining got. I keep telling people these linings clean up so much more easily than you realize on these modern bags. Got a little baking soda on this side too. Again, I will clean that up. No worries there. As a reminder, here's a clip of where we started with this lining. It looks 1,000% better now. You can let this air dry as is. I didn't use a ton of water on this particular lining cleanup. You could also use a hairdryer to speed up the drying time if you so desire. I don't think I need to do that in this case. I really didn't use that much water, like I said, and I soaked up most of it. So let's move on to the rest of the bag. We've still got to clean up the leather trim. For the leather trim, I'm going to be using some Lexol. But first, here's a close-up of everything dried the next day. I might do a little touch-up there off camera. It's looking so much brighter and cleaner than how we first started. And also, here's another peek at the lining, fully cleaned and dried, night and day from where we started on this one, guys. Couldn't be prouder of it. Now, whoever buys this bag is going to get a completely refreshed and deodorized bag on the inside and the outside. And the crazy thing is that this would have probably been passed up at the bins or passed up at a thrift store just because people didn't want to deal with cleaning it. Now, first step with Lexol. Lexol is a 2-step process. I'm going to use just their basic leather cleaner and a little horsehair brush here, but you can use any kind of brush you have. And I'm just going to clean this with a little bit of water on my brush and a little bit of soap. A little bit goes a long way. And you clean this the same way you would if you were using like saddle soap or any other cleaner product like that. There's not much leather trim on this bag, but I just do want it to be cleaned up and conditioned. So same thing with the way that we clean the fabric. We're going to wipe off all the excess soap and water with a clean rag. And then repeat the process on the other areas of the bag that have leather. This is a good time to mention to not forget your anchor tabs, your piping, your logo patches, all the little like leather pullers, and of course any leather straps or handles that your bag might have. Those need cleaning and conditioning as well. And you'll see me hit all of those on this particular bag today. Straps in particular, you want to make sure that you do a really good job on because they are very high touch, high traffic part of your bag. Same thing with handles. Make sure you give them a good clean and especially a good conditioning because they dry out faster than other areas of a leather bag. This process is again the same as all the other leather trim. You're going to want to brush on the cleaner and then wipe down the soap and moisture. Then you're going to go with Lexol 2, which is their conditioner. You can buy these actually as a set, by the way, if you need to. I like that it comes in a set so you don't have to, go around looking for the other product that you need for this combo. And this is a great conditioner. It protects the leather, it conditions it, gives it a little bit of a shine. Did the whole strap, but just sped that up for the sake of time here. And then I'm also going to condition the leather pieces on the bag that I already cleaned. You can see it's giving it a nice little luster. It's going to protect it from soiling, give it a little bit of water repellent capability. I'm also going to get the patch on the inside here and all this piping around the zipper. If you are just wanting to clean and maintain the leather products in your own closet, this Lexol combo is definitely a good idea to invest in and have around in your house. It's not particularly expensive, to be honest. And I'm sure if you're just doing your personal items, it'll probably last you a lot longer than it lasts me. If you're a reseller, this is still a great combo to have in your arsenal. It's pH neutral, which works really well with a lot of vintage Coach bags. This bag that I have here today isn't vintage. It's from 2006, but it still works really well on modern leathers as well. And here we have the final result in the photography area with all the lights on. You can see it's just so clean and bright. All that weird brown soiling is gone. And again, this bag wasn't particularly bad on the outside to begin with. The lining was worse in my opinion. But now it's close to how it was on the day it was first born in the Coach factory. It smells really good. It's clean on the inside, and she's got a lot of miles left in her, you guys. And hopefully somebody is going to be really happy with their purchase of this bag from me. That's all I got for you guys today. Please hit the thumbs up if you liked this video or you learned something, got some value out of it. Consider subscribing to my YouTube channel or my IG subscription group to support my content. Thanks for watching. Happy thrifting, and I'll see you in the next one.